Hello again, welcome back. In this segment I'm going to raise the roof and then add some rain gutters. So let's get back off plot and get to work on this thing. Back off here. There she sits out there in space. I'll just select vert, drag it, and then zoom down there to it. Okay. I'll open up both views, and I'm going to go ahead and sharpen these textures while I'm here. Should just take a second. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to turn them off. I don't really like working with them on if I don't really need them. Okay. I'm going to come down here and select the top of the roof. So I'll select face and drag select, and I will just drag all the panels on the top section. Now I'll select extrude and lift this roof up to what might realistically look like 4 to 6 inches, I guess, in real life. Just a wild guess, right about there is good enough for me. Okay, now that we've got the roof up, I'm going to lift this section up in the center. I'm not going to lift this section with it because they set at different heights. We'll get to that point in just a minute. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and lift this. I lined it up right here down the middle. I'll drag select those. Now when I lift this, it's going to lift both sections of the roof, but it's not going to lift it at the wall right here, right here where it attaches to the wall. That's going to stay in place. Watch when I raise this up. Watch right here. You'll notice that stays in place. But the roof goes up the way it's supposed to. So what I'm going to do is raise this section up to what I think is about the right height. And then I'm going to go down and raise these up that didn't go with it. Now if you'll look right down this row, you can see all the way down that row right there are all the corners. So select, drag, vert, and I latched onto all of them all the way down the line. Now I'm going to pull this up until it's even with the bottom edge of the roof. So I'll kind of eyeball it down the length here, and then I'm going to pull this straight up on the Z-axis until I'm even with the roof. Now what I like to do is watch this line right here. See those two lines? If you can line that one up on top of the other one, that's about as close as you'll get it. Now, just to verify that, I'll go down around the end and look back up. And that looks about as level as it can be. So that takes care of this side. Now we'll do this side over here. Got the same, only there's only two on this side. So I'll drag select those two, and then I will lift these up until again, I'm watching up here as I move this up and down. When I get it right on top of it, I feel like that's as good as it can be. I'll go down and verify it this way again. And that looks good. Excuse me, I think I'm about to lose my voice tonight. This asthma sometimes can get to me. Just try to bear with me. Okay, those two sections are done. Now I'm going to go raise this section of the roof. Now, because I left that that peak short of the center, it's not going to come all the way up to the center. So I'm going to select all these down the front, and I'm going to lift this up to where it's about, oh, I don't know, maybe a foot from the top of the house. I'll go up and take a peek. I'd say right about there is probably about right, but we'll know it's right when we go down around the end of the house and look long ways down that roof, and we'll see if it is level with the house. We want to make sure that this vert is level with the whole top of the house. So line your top edges up as best you can, and then raise this up and down until you feel that it's level. I'm watching the line down low, and I can see what looks level right there. So there, this part of the house is shorter than this part, and that's how we did it. Okay, that takes care of the roof. Now I'm going to put some gutters on. Let's see, yeah, make sure I got everything right there. Good look around. No, I forgot I got to get these lower edges down here. Now this back one, you can see it right here, right there. This back one went up when I adjusted the long section of the roof. So the only one I need to move up is this front one. So I'll grab it and pull it up till it's even. I say right there is it. And over on this other side, got the same thing. There's actually 3 of them here. There's this center edge that comes up from the floor that separates my 2 panels. So it's going to need to be raised up too. This rear one already raised up on the long section of roof. So I'll just grab these 2 and I'll raise them up even with the roof bottom. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now that takes care of the roofs. So I'll put the gutters on. So I'm going to select face and select the bottom edge of the down sloped parts of the roofs. I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to pull that out I missed something. Let me Control Z back out of here. I think it may have been on extrude whenever I pressed it to start with, and that's not going to work. Let me back up a little ways. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to select. Select these faces. Now E for extrude. Now I'll pull it out a little ways. Use your own judgment, whatever size you think a gutter looks like on the house. It's not realistic anyway. It's just going to look like a gutter. So I'll just leave it that size and try to do the others the same size. I'll go around to this side, select the select tool, grab those two, E for extrude, yeah, right, I forgot to deselect over here. Boy, oh boy. Alright, back off. Now I'll select them over again. E for extrude. Nope, I messed it up. I want to back up even further. I'm hitting Control Z until I get back to where I extruded this one. If you're not careful with these, and if you tap one of them by accident, it'll extrude it and you won't know it, and then when you try to do it again, it won't extrude the two of them selected together. And I've done that so many times, and it's pretty frustrating, but it happens. So I'm going to pull this out. Now I'm going to click somewhere to deselect it. Go over and select this side. Now I still have it on extrude, but the reason it worked is because I deselected this before I selected this, and it stayed on extrude when I did that. If you don't deselect these, it'll never work. So I'm click up here and deselect it again. Hold down the shift key and it should do it again. As long as I'm really careful, I can keep using that extrude tool like that. I don't have to keep switching back to select, which I guess is really the proper way. And then extrude like this. So I would recommend you hit select and then select what you're going to be extruding. So that takes care of all the guttering. Down this side, down this side. Now if you wanted to, you could pull this section of roof out here to meet the edge of the gutter so it looks straight all the way down the side, but I don't normally do that. I just leave the gutter hang out like it is here. Alright, that takes care of this section, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.